I said it in the heat of the moment. Not because I wanted to destroy my family. Not because I had someone else. But because I wanted him, just once, to be afraid of losing me. I cheated on you, I said quietly, almost whispering it to a man who knew how to earn money and play the role of a strong husband. I expected shouting, a scandal, a cup smashed against the wall. Instead, he sat down, in silence. And that silence was far more terrifying than any scream. That night, I didn't know those words would mark the end. Not just of our marriage, but of the life I used to know. An hour earlier, everything had been painfully ordinary. I stood in our tiny kitchen, reheating yesterday's soup, mentally calculating whether we'd make it to payday. My phone buzzed. Her name lit up the screen. "Lena, are you sitting down?" Ira shouted, like she'd just won the lottery. "Almost," I lied, leaning against the counter. "We're spending New Year's on a private yacht, Miami, and you're coming with us." I nearly spilled the soup. A yacht, Miami. As she went on about ocean views, champagne, and the kind of people who never check price tags, I stared at the chipped cabinet in front of me. I had a different reality. One where I'd been postponing a haircut for months and only bought groceries on sale. "I don't think we can make it," I said carefully. "Why?" she asked, genuinely confused. "Work," I blurted out. "Holiday shifts, you know how it is." There was a pause. "That's too bad," she said softly. "It would have been like old times. Old times, back when we were equals. Now it felt like an entire ocean stood between us." I ended the call and sat down. The soup grew cold. So did the future I kept imagining. I was 30, and it felt like I'd missed something incredibly important in my own life. Peter came home late tired, irritated, his face like stone. "Why are you crying?" he asked without even taking off his jacket. "Nothing," I muttered. "Money." He didn't ask why, as if the answer had become routine. When I mentioned the yacht, my friend, my dreams, he smirked, and something inside me snapped. It felt like I was suffocating, not from poverty, from hopelessness. That's when I said something I never planned to say. A sentence after which nothing could be taken back. "Oh, don't mock me," he said coldly. "Why don't you just say I'm a complete failure?" "You already know that," I said without thinking. The silence in the kitchen grew thick. I heard the refrigerator hum, laughter outside the window, and something inside me breaking for good. "You're just drifting, Dennis," I whispered. "We're 30, but living like we're 60. So what do you want? A miracle?" "No. Movement, change, anything." He smiled bitterly. "You sound like an online motivational coach. You know what happens to people who take risks? They get burned." "I get burned every day," I snapped. "When I choose between bread and cheese. When I lie to my friend because I'm ashamed of the truth." He slammed his hand on the table. "I work. I'm not living off you." "That hurt," I shouted. "I work too, but this isn't living, it's surviving." He leaned over me. "If you want a better life, earn it yourself. Women are more successful than men now." And then I made the mistake, the fatal one. "That's what men are for," I said quietly. He recoiled like I'd slapped him. "Oh, so that's it," he said. "I'm supposed to support you, and who are you then? Decoration?" "That's not what I meant." "Yes, it is. You want comfort without change." My voice trembled. "At least I don't give up," I hissed. "Unlike you." His face darkened. "So I'm a loser?" I stayed silent, and that was worse than any insult. "Fine," he sneered. "Go find someone successful, but who would even want you? Have you seen yourself?" The words hit perfectly, and then I stepped into the abyss. "I already did," I said. He froze. "You're cheating on me?" "Yes." "With a successful man." The silence was deafening. He looked at me like I was a stranger. "You're lying." Check. I didn't believe myself either. Then he smiled calmly, no shouting, no tears. "Then I'll tell you something too," he said. "I'm not innocent either." My breath caught. "I have another woman." The world collapsed. "You're joking," I whispered. "I wish." 8 years destroyed as casually as discussing the weather. Later, the signs became obvious. Phone face down, locked bathroom, new shirts, new cologne. So I followed him. He said he had practice at school. I got on the same bus. He entered a new apartment complex and pulled out a key. A key. That's when I knew. 2 days later, I saw her. Calm, well-groomed, a woman, not a girl. He smiled at her the way he hadn't smiled at me in years. And suddenly I understood something terrifying. There was no one left to fight for. Because I was no longer a woman people fought for. That night, I didn't feel abandoned. I felt awake. The next morning, I made coffee for myself. "I know about her," I said calmly. "We need a divorce." No drama, no war. A month later, I moved into a small studio. Empty but mine. New job, courses, growth. The first haircut was scarier than the divorce. But when I looked in the mirror, I saw her again. Me. Months later, I earned more. But most importantly, I lived. One evening, alone in a cafe, I felt whole. A man at the next table looked up from his book and smiled. "Do you know what time it is?" 7. "Thanks, I'm Andre." I didn't run from loneliness. I came back to myself. And for the first time, I understood. Sometimes betrayal isn't the end. It's the beginning.